The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Preserving history, one veteran story at a time. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices. We have another good veteran story for you today. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? And make sart you go to the website. That's the lostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. There's some great info. Just go ahead and scroll down once you get there. But there's a couple ways you can help support us as well. Once you get on that website, there's a link. It's a one-time donation link. There's a Become a Patron link. That's a monthly donation, or heck, you could just go get you some cool gear because we just reconfigured some of our gear. So we've got some good merchandise. Or if you have a company or, you want to advertise for something, you can do that right here on the podcast. All you got to do is contact me. And big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. They're out there doing amazing things. I'm telling you, you have to go check them out. If you've already checked them out, you got to go back and see what else they got going on. But an amazing organization doing some great things. And you just got to check them out. That's tillvalhallaproject.com.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps veteran service organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
All right, we're back here. I got Rick. Rick, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Oh man, I'm excited. It's going to be a good show, I think. What do
Good.
you
Yeah,
what do you say?
I hope. Yeah.
Oh, it will be. For sure. Well, hey, Rick, let's start at the beginning. Like where you grew up. Tell me what that was, how that was, and then what drew you to military service.
Okay. Um, I was born and raised in Pekin, Illinois, town of
Mm-hmm.
about 33,000, close to Peoria.
Okay.
Um, let's see, graduated from high school in 65,
Okay.
and grades weren't all that good and wasn't sure what I really wanted to do. And so I talked to my mom and dad, and my dad and I went up to Peoria to the recruiting office. He told me I'm not going in the Army. I said, okay, fine. And so I really wanted to go in the Air Force, actually. And
Mm-hmm.
but we went into the Air Force recruiting office, and nobody was there. And so um, went in over to the Marine Corps office, and here comes this gunnery sergeant with more ribbons than anything. And he said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to see what the Marine Corps has to offer me." And he said, "Son, you got it all wrong. It's what you have to offer the Marine Corps." And that's how I got in the Marine Corps. It just kind of hit me right in the heart, and I
Yeah.
almost, where do I sign? So uh, that's how I got in the Marine Corps. And
That's awesome. It's a good
and
technique, They got you.
but so went in August of 65 and started boot camp in San Diego at 12 weeks, and we were there 1 week, and they moved us to 8 to get us ready for Vietnam. And
Oh wow.
so they just rushed us through everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
went to ITR, and then came home for 30 days, and then went back out to Pendleton. And I was in transportation, so we were actually processing personal effects till we got ready to leave what we thought for Vietnam. And
Mm-hmm.
I went into the office one day, and I just about got arrested. They thought I'd gone AWOL, and I had to get my staff sergeant to get me out of it because we hadn't left the office. All we were doing was working and going to sleep in our barracks. So uh,
Yeah.
anyhow, so got that cleared up. But then we boarded the boat, and in March of '66, went to
Okay.
Hawaii for 3 days and picked up some military people, and then we headed south to Vietnam.
Hmm.
And uh, on
Now,
the boat,
what unit were you with? Sorry.
I was just in transportation. I was not even sure what battalion I was with now, um, but
Okay.
uh, somebody found out I could type, and
Okay.
so I ended up down in the hubs of the ship, working on the ship's newspaper, and
Oh, wow.
so anyhow, um, we got to Okinawa,
Hmm.
and 17 Marines got off, and I was one of the Marines that got off. And
Okay.
so um, when we got to staging, um, I was supposed to go to, I think, Camp Hansen, and a friend of mine was going to go to Kadena Air Force Base. And
Okay.
so I told him, I said, hey, if you want me to go to Kadena with you, you better put your 3.5 years of college to work, because he'd been to Brigham Young.
Oh,
And
okay.
so anyhow, he got out, came back, and he said, you're going to Kadena with me. And I said, what'd you say? He said, well, I just told him that your sister and I was engaged, and we wanted to stay together. So, so, so I ended up at Kadena Air Force Base for 13 months.
Wow.
And, and what I did there was we unloaded airplanes,
Uh-huh.
and then I loaded trucks to send down to Schwab and to Hansen. And then I worked 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 the next morning.
Oh,
And
wow.
um, but yeah, it was great duty. And then we had a gunnery sergeant that took a liking to this friend of mine, and he said, well, before you leave the island, you'll be corporals. We got there as PFCs.
Oh,
and
wow.
and we said, how you going to do that? He said, don't worry about it. And he said, all I want on my desk the next morning is a box of cigars. And he smoked these old green House of Windsor cigars. I'll never forget it. And
Yeah.
he got us promoted. So when we left Okinawa in April of '67, um, we were corporals.
Wow.
And then I no more and got to Camp Lejeune, and um made sergeant. So I became a platoon sergeant, and then I was also the company guide on. And
Okay.
so that was pretty easy duty, especially when the colonel comes up to you and said, how you doing this morning, Sergeant Parker? And you say, fine, sir. Off he goes, and
Yeah.
you're kind of cool. So anyhow, but I also, while I was at Camp Lejeune, I bowled on the battalion bowling team. And
Oh, nice.
so I knew the recruiter. And so after 2.5 years at Lejeune, I'm about ready for staff, but I knew if I re-enlisted, I knew where I was going, and I didn't really want to go to Nam. And
Yeah.
so I asked for embassy duty, and
Hmm.
I really wanted embassy duty.
Hmm.
And so he said, well, the recruiter said, let me check it out. And he came back, he said, you can't go. And I said, why not? Well, you're in a critical MOS, which was 3121, which was transportation.
Right.
How critical that is, I don't know. But anyhow, I said, well, how about recruiting duty? He said, nope, can't do that either. So the last day in the Marine Corps, him and I went bowling, and got done bowling, and it's like, see ya, So
Yeah.
that was about it. So
Wow.
I never got to see, I never got to see the world like I was hoping to, but
Hmm.
and then not being a Vietnam vet, uh, sometimes kind of hurts, but on the other hand, it wasn't my idea, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Very true.
but um, that's why I was in. I think I do more now that I'm out with the Marine Corps League and the Devil Dogs than I did when I was in. But
Yeah.
yeah, boot camp was an experience, and um,
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your boot camp. Like, what was that like for you?
um, interesting. It was one of those where each night, well, there was a guy that I went in the Marine Corps with, and he graduated from high school with me, and so it was so tough that I think each night I just hit the rack above, and I said, "Hey, Rick, there goes our airplane," because we were right next to San Diego's airport, and
Yeah.
then but being in the Quonset huts was an experience, and
Hmm.
rather than a barracks, and um, but like I grew up, I guess, because of one situation that they gave us these little red books that we had to study out of,
Hmm.
and so uh, one afternoon we were standing on the street, and the drill instructors went in the Quonset hut. So I was holding my book, but I had my hand in my pocket, and
Mm.
he came out and he caught me. And so the good thing about it was that I was in gymnastics before I went into the Marine Corps, so I was in good
Okay.
shape,
Yeah.
and I had to do 100 squat thrusts. And so when I got up, he called me some nice name, right? And then he hauled off and he hit me right here in the chest.
Oh,
And
wow.
I backed up. I didn't fall down. I backed up, and I thought, well, I'm a big guy now, right? And so the next morning, I'm pushing on that rack again. I'm saying, Rick, I think I have a basketball in my chest. And ac- actually, I think that knocked me out of being PFC, out of boot camp. But
Oh,
uh,
geez.
I would not trade boot camp for anything, because, like I said, I went in not knowing what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go,
Hmm.
and it made you grow up. You either grew
Yeah.
up or you didn't make it. And but the only thing was is that with them dropping us from 12 weeks down to 8, we just kind of rushed through everything, and I don't know if we really got the real good training that we were supposed to get. But at that
Hmm.
uh, it was to rush everybody through and get them down to Vietnam. But
Right. Yeah. And when did you find out you were going to do transportation? Was that in boot camp or was it before you left?
it was before I left.
Okay.
And so I'm glad in a way it wasn't 0311 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so uh, yeah,
And
I'm not sure how or what I did to get into transportation, but um, it was basically just driving a forklift and, you know,
yeah.
working with supplies.
Okay. Cat's going crazy here. Um, so and then once you got to the fleet and you went to Pendleton first, correct?
Mhm. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is that where the school was, like to learn how to drive and learn how to do the things, or that was
I
your first duty station?
Yeah, that was my first duty station, and
Got it. Okay.
basically when I was in Pendleton, um, I sat behind a desk and processed personal effects there, and then I didn't drive a forklift or anything like that until I got overseas.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, I
And
didn't have any training really. I just trained myself.
right. Yeah. Just kind of on the job type of thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were basically just loading and offloading stuff onto trucks when you were at Kadena the whole time.
Right. Yeah. And um oh, we had to help we had some Okinawans working with us, and
Okay.
then we uh we helped them with loading trucks to so they could take stuff out to the airplanes and load them up, right? And
Hmm.
so it was kind of like we were shipping and receiving.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
but
makes sense.
it was great duty though.
Yeah. And now you stayed there on Kadena, like you
Yeah,
lived there.
yeah. We had barracks, and
Hmm.
um, we got hit with a typhoon for 10 days while I was over there, and so it was
Oh
basically
wow.
stay right in the barracks. But we had a snack bar in there, and Okinawans ran the snack bar, and
Oh wow.
um,
So it was inside the barracks where you had
yeah,
a snack bar there. Yeah.
yeah, and we were right across the street from the mess hall, so it wasn't
Oh
bad.
nice.
Yeah, and plus they had a bowling alley, so I bowled over there too. So I was a
Yeah.
bowler.
And at what now when did you get into bowling? Was that once you joined the Marine Corps or was it
Yeah,
before?
no, it was before. I
Okay.
started bowling back in '61, and then like I said, I was a pretty good bowler up until a few years ago, and then
Hmm.
Arthur's setting in, that kind of thing, and so
Yeah.
I found out coaching's easier on your body than bowling is. So
Yeah. Yeah, that
I've
makes sense.
I've been coaching now for starting 31 years. So
No kidding. Wow.
and
Now,
then
do you coach? How's that work? You coach in like a school, or you just coach in
it
different teams? Like,
and no, it I what I do is we have youth leagues,
mm-hmm.
and so I'm usually coaching junior high and high school kids,
Oh,
and
okay,
then when it comes time for state bowling, then I help with coaching junior high, and
okay.
then I also do um, a bowling for vets thing in March,
Oh,
and
wow.
to fundraiser for our detachment. And
Oh, okay.
um, over the last 2 years, I've put in over $10,000 into our detachment. So just
Wow,
for
that's awesome.
so yeah, I get the vets involved. We get the VFW color guard to come in,
Hmm.
and yeah, it turned out to be really good.
And it's like a tournament or something. Is that what it is?
Oh, it's a family thing. I invited adults and their kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And um, it's a what we call 9-pin no tap, which is if you knock 9 pins down on your first ball, it counts as a strike. And so
Okay.
the kids like that, and the parents, and especially if they don't bowl that often, but it's something
Mm-hmm.
to do as a family type thing. But
Right. Yeah.
I get, like I said, I get donations and all kinds of stuff, but I get all the vets out on the approach, and they say what branch of service they were in and their names, and I get the VFW color guard to come in, and yeah, we do it up pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now,
Yep.
when was it that you started getting involved with the league?
With the Marine Corps League,
Yeah.
uh, they had a veterans booth over at ISU one time, and
Okay.
I went over there just to kind of see what it was, and I met up with this guy that he was the commandant of the detachment at the time, and so got to talking with him, and he got me in there, and so that's when I became. That was 4 years ago. So
Okay.
yeah,
Very
yep,
nice.
and so
Yeah.
I'm now adjutant paymaster in that, and
Okay.
then a pound keeper and the devil dogs. So,
Mm-hmm.
yep. So I'm more busy now than I was before.
Yeah, yeah, they have a tendency to keep you busy, huh?
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, the 4 years in the Marine Corps was a great experience. So
Yeah, absolutely. And then and you got out a sergeant when you got out?
yes,
Yeah, very nice. All
yeah,
right.
I was E5. So
Yeah. Now, when you got out, what was it kind of where'd you go? What'd you do once you got out?
well, actually, I was getting ready to become a father, and I actually married a woman Marine, and
Okay.
she lived in North Carolina, so we stayed in North Carolina for a while, and then I went to school on the GI Bill, and I was also working, but um, in North Carolina, I was working as well, I'd walk around a warehouse on a cement floor, looking up into rows of uh, fabric and
Okay.
trying boxes to get shipped out, right?
Hmm.
And I told my wife at the time, I said, I'm not going to school to be walking around a warehouse. I said, we're we're moving to Pekin, so um, came back home and went to work for Pekin Insurance for about 5 years, and
Okay.
then I got on with IBM,
Oh,
and
nice.
I worked for IBM in one capacity or another for 41 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive.
but I was more administration and so wasn't the big seller of the equipment or that kind of
Hmm.
um, uh, back when I got moved up to Bloomington here, then I became a facility coordinator. So I handled um, uh, facilities from Omaha, Nebraska to Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
so yep, but that's what I did until I retired.
Yeah. And yeah, now you retired what, how many years ago?
9.
9 years ago now?
Uh huh.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
nice. Well, shoot. Sounds like you're doing good then.
I'm too
Gotta
busy.
love it. Retired life. Marine Corps leaves keeping you busy, you know?
Yep, I want to keep my things in with the Marine Corps, right? Because um, that's where I guess my adulthood started, and
Yeah.
just like I said, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
and
Man.
now we're getting ready for the big birthday ball, right?
Oh,
So
that's right. Yeah.
yeah,
250. We look pretty good for 250, you know?
yeah, too. Yeah. Matter of fact, we had a high school graduation reunion last night,
Yeah.
and so I was talking about the Marine Corps birthday, and I said, "Yeah, I don't look too bad for 250, you know." So,
Yeah. That's awesome.
but
And how many years was it, the reunion?
60.
60? Wow.
Yeah, and then so now I think that might be our last reunion, but they're saying that in 2 years when we all turn 80, that we'll have a 80th birthday party, and
Oh, nice.
we'll do that, and then that'll probably be it. And boy,
Yeah.
that sounds really kind of, I don't know how to put it, but it doesn't sound good. Like it's coming to an end, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, at
So
my high school, they have they call them all school or yeah, all school reunion. So it's every year they have the get together, but it's whatever year, it doesn't matter. But if you
uh,
went to school there, then you could go to it.
okay, how how many did you have graduate in your class?
Not many. I think I had I'd say about 30 or so, maybe 40.
Wow.
It was pretty small.
Yeah, we I think we started out at 700, and
Whew.
I think we finished 4 years at about 625 or something like that.
Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah, and they served
Man.
over 2,000 kids in the high school.
That's insane. I
Yeah,
don't know if there was 2,000 kids in all of the schools where I was at.
yeah, Yeah, but so anyhow, but our class, we get together like the third Sunday of every month and have pizza, and
Oh,
the
wow.
the people that are local, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so we still get together and we talk and chat and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah,
That's
uh,
pretty awesome.
yep,
Wow. Man. Well, you've definitely led a fun life, that's for sure. Man.
it's been interesting, but yeah, like uh, coaching's my main thing now, and
Mm-hmm.
um, then working with the Marine Corps League, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah. Man, that's awesome.
uh,
Well, thanks for telling your story, coming on here and agreeing to do it. Uh,
well, yeah, I hope it wasn't too boring. I mean,
no, no, it's great.
I I never, like I said, never got to do a lot when I was in the Marine Corps, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, I think what I did, it turned out okay. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I always tell everybody, everybody's story is important. You're part of what made the Marine Corps. So,
uh, all right, sir.
but
Why?
well, hey, I always have these rapid fire questions at the end. So I want to shoot these questions over to you if you don't mind.
Nope. Go right ahead.
All right. What was your proudest military moment?
Um, I think it was when I became the company guide on at Camp Lejeune.
Nice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I like that. And now, what was your most embarrassing military moment?
When I had to do 100 squat thrusts in boot camp.
Yeah. That's probably the most painful one too. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, but that was not good, right?
Yeah. If you could be one military leader for a day, who would that be?
Um, I went to the Medal of Honor Museum a couple weeks ago when I was in
Hmm.
Texas, and
Okay.
I think there was a guy Carpenter.
Hmm.
Uh, the
Kyle Carpenter, the
Yes,
Marine. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's who I would like to be. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. That's a good answer. Oh, I lost you.
yeah. You hang on a second. Uh,
Okay.
I'm not sure where you went. What happened?
Uh, did it like minimize or something? What device are you on?
There we. Let's try to
Nope. That wasn't it.
happen there, sir. But yeah,
It's okay. You said, "Let me try this," and then you went away, and I was like, "Yep, that wasn't it."
yeah. I'm actually got my other hand on a ballpoint pen, so I'm not sure what the heck happened. But
Well, it's technology. What are you gonna do? Something's
yeah,
gonna mess up at some point in time.
yeah.
All right. If you could change one rule in the military, what would it be?
Boy, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Uh, change one rule. Um, I can't think of one. I
Okay.
Yep, I
No
can't think.
problem.
Yeah,
All right. What is one lesson or skill you learned that you still use today?
I think it's just being a leader.
Okay.
Um, I like I said in boot camp, I thought it was pretty close to getting PFC there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think with everything I learned at Lejeune, um,
Mm-hmm.
that I became a leader with being a platoon sergeant
Yeah.
and that kind of thing, and I just kind of went on from there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. It's a good answer.
Yep.
All right. In the zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice and what anthem would be playing?
You mean like a military weapon?
Any weapon. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a military weapon.
Oh, Well, let's see. It would probably be my golf driver and
Okay.
and uh, playing the Marine hymn.
Oh, I like it. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I've never had anybody say their golf club before, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, the bowling ball is too heavy to carry around all the time.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah. Good point. Good point. What animal best describes your time in service?
um, well, I'm gonna, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I didn't go into um, combat or anything like that. So,
Uh-huh.
let's say my cat and kind of laid back and that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yes, so I would say my cat
Okay. All right. Good answer. All right. Knowing what you know now, would you do it all over again?
in a heartbeat. Yep.
Very nice.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
boot camp. I like I say, I wouldn't trade boot camp. I'd love to. Boot camp was it. I loved boot camp.
Yeah. Yeah, good. You get to that's like that foundational type of thing, which is always a great thing to have, you know.
Sure. And
Yeah.
um, the camaraderie and everything like that. And the friends you meet,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yep. So I
All
wouldn't.
right. Um, I always give everybody an opportunity, but this is your chance to give some words of wisdom or whatever else you want to talk about for the listeners.
Um, well, it depends on who the listeners are. Um, but if there's anyone out there that is thinking about the military, and you want to go into a branch of service that are brothers when you're in, as well as brothers when you're out, uh,
Hmm.
you got to go in the Marine Corps. Uh, Best outfit in the military.
Absolutely. I'd agree with that 100%. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for doing this, Rick. It was much appreciated. Um, I don't know. I had a good time. Hopefully you had fun.
Sure,
But
sure.
yeah,
It's better than
awesome.
I thought it would be.
What's
You know,
that?
better than I thought it would be. I thought, being a little shaky, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, we did fantastic.
yeah, AJ, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, don't hang up on me. I'm going to do this outro real quick.
Okay.
But to all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on the chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran voice, one veteran life loss is one too many. I care about you. I know Rick cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right. One last time. Thanks again. Much appreciated. To all the listeners out there, stay motivated. Change your socks. Thanks for tuning in to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices podcast. Our mission? Simple. Preserve history, one veteran story at a time. If you'd like to support this work, consider making a donation or sponsoring an episode. Every contribution helps us capture and share more stories for future generations. You can learn more and give at thelostart.podbean.com or by clicking the link in the episode's description. Stay motivated, change your socks, and remember, every story matters.